Part 3. The Threshold. They named the vessel Vigilant because Don Quixote was already taken by a Mars rover. 5 kilometers long and shaped like an arrowhead, it had been assembled in lunar orbit from every scrap of interplanetary infrastructure humanity possessed. Its hull bristled with radiation shielding and wormhole sensors. Its crew quarters were more Spartan than a bachelor's apartment. Its engines were an unholy marriage of fusion drive and quantum field stabilizers. As floodlights washed over the launch gantry, Amara stood in a pressure suit on the observation deck. Kaito snapped a photo of the ship rising against the swollen disk of the sun. "You know how many memes are going to be made out of this," he said. "Scientists build giant straw to suck sun back." Amara deadpanned. He grinned, then sobered. "Have you told anyone else about the Proxima Centauri logs?" She shook her head. The notation still echoed in her mind. Earth origin, wormhole array, Sector 7. It implied something monstrous, that at some point in humanity's far future or past, humans had built the siphons. Telling the Council would have guaranteed the mission's cancellation or, worse, accelerated their own star-stealing project. She had told Kaito because she trusted him, and because secrets like that rot if kept alone. He leaned closer. "We go through with this mission. We might be going to shake hands with ourselves. Or strangle them," Admiral Reyes said as he joined them. His jaw was set, his suit immaculate. At 62, he had commanded fleets around Jupiter and negotiated ceasefires on Titan. Nothing in his career had prepared him for this. "You both look nervous," he observed. "We're about to drive a glorified microwave through an interstellar hole in our own star," Kaito said. "Who wouldn't be?" Reyes glanced at the sun. It still shone, but to Amara's eyes it already looked tired, its corona less exuberant. "Remember," he said quietly, "we're the first to go. If it is hostile, we may be the last. You sure you want to be on board?" Amara nodded. "If someone is killing our star, I'm not sitting home knitting." It was partly bravado. The other part was fear that if she didn't go, people would spin the data however they pleased. She needed to see with her own eyes. Vigilant's crew comprised 15 souls, pilots, physicists, an exobiologist, a linguist, just in case, and Reyes. Kaito had offered to go but was deemed too valuable to risk. He stood as mission control lead. As the crew boarded, protesters 1,000 kilometers below chanted conflicting slogans, "Defend our sun" and "Stop the wormhole war." Meanwhile, investors salivated over the idea of selling off bits of Alpha Centauri. Moral clarity was not humanity's strength. Inside the cockpit, Commander Lila Chen strapped into the captain's chair. She glanced at Amara. "You're the one who broke the news. Any advice?" "Don't get distracted by the lights," Amara replied. She meant the corona. As Vigilant ignited its engines, it pitched toward the orbital injection point, just above the sun's equatorial plane, where the wormhole ring flared. From a distance, the ring looked like a shimmering halo. Up close, it was a hurricane of plasma swirling into a gaping wound in space-time. Tendrils of solar material arced toward the dark center. The mass loss rate, over 350 billion tons per day under normal fusion, had climbed to 15 times that. Humanity's home star was being drained like a keg at a fraternity party. Reyes's voice crackled over the intercom. "All stations, check. Mission control, you have our telemetry." Kaito's voice replied, steady but tinged with excitement. "Roger, Vigilant, we have you. Wormhole mouth is stable. Initiate injection, burn on my mark." Amara watched the instruments. The wormhole's pulse synced with the 9-day heartbeat. This was day 9. Perfect timing. Or perhaps they were mere fleas catching a ride through the dog door. 3, 2, 1, mark! Vigilant's thrusters flared. The ship surged toward the sun, then curved along a trajectory that would graze the corona and plunge into the ring. The hull temperature spiked. Magneto-electric fields roared. Alarms blared and then shut up when the crew silenced them manually. Outside, fire swirled like dancing demons. Light refracted around the mouth of the wormhole, bending like taffy. The circle widened to swallow them. Amara gripped her armrests. She had time for one thought. We're about to pierce an Einstein-Rosen bridge inside a star, and I still owe my mom a call before the world stretched and snapped. Every sensor went haywire. The color of space shifted. For a heartbeat, their heartbeat, not the sun's, she saw nothing but darkness and a faint blue glow, like being underwater under a moonless ocean. Gravity seemed to turn sideways. Her stomach flipped. Then they emerged, stars. Not their stars. A sky peppered with constellations she did not recognize. The sun behind them, no longer behind, for the wormhole closed and vanished, was replaced by a much smaller, paler star with a ring of structures orbiting it like pearls. Those structures gleamed metallic, angular, artificial. Beams of light connected them in a lattice, like someone had wrapped a spider web around a star. "Report!" Reyes barked. Chen's voice was a whisper. We're somewhere else. Instruments suggest we're 2.6 kiloparsecs from home, near the galactic rim. And, Admiral, we're not alone." Amara pressed her face to the viewport. Her brain took a second to process what she saw. A flotilla of ships hung between them and the ringed star. They were sleek, silvery, and shaped like elongated deltas. Their hulls bore markings. Linear patterns, geometric symbols that looked eerily like old Earth runes. And their drive signatures matched those of the Proxima logs. Kaito's voice crackled faintly through static. "Vigilant, do you copy? Telemetry is weird on our end. We've lost your signal, but we still have your video feed. What are we looking at?" Amara swallowed. The biggest vessel pivoted toward them, light glinting off its hull. Through the viewports, she glimpsed figures moving, humanoid silhouettes. She felt her throat tighten. "Kaito," she said softly. "Remember when you asked who would steal our star?" "Yeah," his voice replied. She stared at the approaching ships. They were not alien shapes. They were built by hands, not unlike theirs. "I think we're about to shake hands with our future." Vigilant drifted, small and fragile, against a network of star drinkers. Behind them, the sun's light was a memory. Ahead, a human fleet mined another sun. Amara's secret from the Proxima logs flared like a guilty conscience. The line between victim and perpetrator blurred. And as the communications static grew louder, she wondered whether history was a straight line or a circle feeding on itself. She took a breath. "Admiral, what are your orders?" He didn't answer immediately. The commander of Earth's first interstellar mission stared at the fleet of human star thieves and said almost to himself, "We proceed with caution. And we remember who we are."